When you're staying in the Austrian Alps in a 200-year-old mountain hut where the herdsmen and women stayed over the summer, cooking is a whole lot different. In this video, I want to show you what kind of meals are traditional and easy to cook on an old wood stove. When you're staying in this area, you cannot miss all the rich mountain meadows that produce all this fabulous milk for the cows that eat there. And I believe that wildflowers and herbs were a part of traditional cooking. One of my favorite recipes and something that is probably really easy to cook up there is Quark mit Kartoffeln und Leinöl, which basically means Quark, which is a soft German cheese that is really readily available in German countries and Austrian countries and is really inexpensive and just so delicious. It probably is staple in the cuisine up there. I actually do have a recipe how you can make your own if you wish to follow this recipe, and the link is below in the description box. All you need to really do is cook potatoes on the stove and serve it with the cooked potatoes, the herbed quark, and some salt and maybe some other spices. And then drizzle a whole bunch of flaxseed oil over it, which looks like a simple meal, but it is so delicious and actually very nutritious and healthy. We had that one of those nights staying in the hut. Staying in this old hut and cooking on this old wood stove, I also believe that people back then spent a lot of time outdoors doing hard work. We just went on hikes, but sausages and leftover potatoes with sauerkraut were probably really common. We also picked a lot of berries, and my mom cooked lingonberry jam or cranberry jam that was so good. While a little bit more Swiss, a overnight oatmeal would have probably been very traditional for those meals that the herds people ate. And hearty food like salami and just some bread is probably really easy and simple to make for lunch and for breakfast when you're there. Another traditional meal would have been Kaspressknödel, which basically means cheese dumplings. They're so traditional and specific for this region in Tyrolia that you can even buy the base for it in the stores called Knödelbrot, which we weren't going to do because I really love cooking from scratch and making the most out of what you can actually do in this hut. And it's pretty amazing with what simple ingredients you can basically magically create really delicious, nourishing, hearty meals. I love cooking with cast iron, and there is a cast iron pan there, which is absolutely perfect for an old wood stove because it's so rustic. You can never overheat it, and it just will last generations. It might as well be 200 years old, and I don't know if the stove actually is 200 years old. But I also love adding just a little bit of greenery. You could have made a salad for this meal, but chopped parsley and whatever herbs you can also find around the hut. Maybe there's some dandelion or some yarrow. There's a lot of different things you can add to this and make this meal really your own. However, cheese, and this is Bergkäse, which means mountain cheese, which has a very specific, distinct flavor and taste to it. And that is the base for this one. And basically, it is made with leftover old bread, stale bread, which is perfect for these essentially bread dumplings with cheese. It's surprisingly simple to make, and we were absolutely loving the process of adding cheese to it, which adds just a lot more flavor to it, and then frying them over the pan, which was super fun actually, and I just absolutely really enjoyed. I mean, I love cooking anyways, but cooking up there was a little bit different and so much more fun than just doing it at home. Sometimes you don't even know what you find there, but I found all the tools and equipment that I needed, and sometimes you just improvise and use whatever you have and make the most out of it. However, I do not need to hide behind this meal. This was authentic, it was delicious, and it served a crowd and was just a fabulous dinner to have. Tiroler Gröstel. Gröstel is another such authentic, traditional, regional meal. And while the ingredients are super fun, I do not believe that people way back when went to the grocery store and with a shopping list and bought whatever they needed. They probably had to do with whatever they had. And there was a lot of leftover, a lot of repurposing different ingredients for various meals, and they probably became really creative in using whatever they had. Leftover potatoes here, it's a bit of a fried potato dish, but also the smoked meats like the Speck, which is a little bit like bacon, but really in a like block, is very traditional. And then serving an egg and sprinkling some gruyere on top of it would have been very traditional. Kaiserschmarrn is probably the highlight of our trip here because it is a sweet meal. Sometimes you can have it as a main if you have a sweet tooth and if you don't mind having a sweet meal, or it could also be a dessert depending on what you want to do. And whatever you're doing up there, just know that we did not have electricity. So whatever we did, we just had to do by hand. But it reminded me that people way back when didn't have electricity, and whatever they did, they had to make with their hands and somehow come up with ways to make it. Now, again, I don't know if that was a traditional shepherds or herdsman women meal to make, but beating egg whites by hand goes a lot faster than I thought it would. And yes, of course, it was a bit of a joint effort, but it was actually really fun. And we often forget what convenience we have in the modern world and just, plug something into the outlet and then we go. But here it is really a way of slowing down and making the most out of the time you have. And it's also a bit of a meditative process, being there and cooking with what you have instead of, like I said, the modern conveniences. Essentially, this meal is often called torn pancakes, but the key here is to chop it into smaller pieces and fry them until they're really golden and round and not jagged like this. And it's a fantastic meal. I'd love to hear what comments and questions you had. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.